Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me. It's your boy Dro. I know it's been 4 years, and you'll probably wonder where I've been and why I sound the way I sound. But it's a long story, so let's get into it. I'll let y'all know where I've been and what's been going on. So, about 4 years ago, 2017, I was dealing with a lot of mental health issues. Attempted suicide, and I ended up in a mental institute. I was on probation at the time, so, a lot of things kind of went downhill fast, and I ended up going to prison for 3 years on a 5-year sentence. And I don't know if you can tell, but I ended up losing some weight. But there's more to that. I'll get to that. But I did it 3 years. Got out on parole in February of 2020. And unfortunately, I got sick. I had a lot of plans to get a job, start working, get on my feet. Luckily, my family was here to support me, and I had my own place, so, things were looking good. But, like I said, I got sick. In about April of 2020, the beginning, I got pneumonia, really bad, and couldn't get over it for months, and I was really weak, so weak that I couldn't close either of my hands all the way, and like the pain I had was so bad that I couldn't lift the blankets off of myself when I was laying down. So, I started seeing a doctor, and I was never able to get a job and start working. So, luckily, sorry, I had a family that was here to support me. So, they helped me pay to see a doctor. And turns out I developed rheumatoid arthritis. And my mom had it. So, may she rest in peace. But my grandma had it. My grandpa had it. So, I'm guessing it was a hereditary thing. But, they diagnosed me with arthritis, put me on some steroids, and give me steroid shots in the ass, all that. But a couple months passed by. My pneumonia hasn't gone away. There's still fluid in my lungs. My arthritis is improving. I'm able to get out of bed and, do things. But around May, my grandma has to move in with me because I was so weak, and At this point, I wasn't able to feed myself. So, I was losing a lot of weight. I went from about 300 pounds in February from when I got out to, I want to say 250. In say June and July. So I was losing a lot of weight and I wasn't doing anything. There was no physical activity. I was just stuck in bed. Couldn't do a lot for myself. So, my grandma moved in and she was feeding me. But I started to lose my ability to talk and to swallow. So around August and September started getting worse. And by October, I was really starting to lose my voice and my ability to swallow. So, say November comes around, I start getting weaker and weaker and can't get out of bed. My legs are going numb. My fingertips are going numb. It's getting harder and harder to lift my arms and stand up. So, all the while, I'm going to a doctor, trying to find out what's going on. So, they can't diagnose me. I'm paying $200 out of pocket. That's not my money to get CT scans. To get CT scans and x-rays and all that. And they can't find what's wrong. By this point, there's no fluid in my lungs. So that's good. But my motor function is getting worse. It's getting hard to hold my head up. Like, I'm having to do this, when I eat. It's not working. Can't swallow. So I'm choking. I'm choking on water, on the tiniest bites of food. My poor grandma is watching me choke, not knowing what to do. She's disabled, so, there's not a lot she can do but call the ambulance. So, fast forward to the end of December. The day before Christmas. I'm at my sister's apartment, and that whole day I was doing okay. But I decided to, kick it and chill at her place and have a choking fit. I was eating a piece of pizza, and me and my niece were watching some show on Netflix, and it happens. Start choking, and I can't catch my breath, so I'm choking, and I start vomiting, but the muscles inside my chest are weak and I can't get the vomit out. So I start choking really bad, and I'm throwing up, but it won't come out. And I'm choking, and my niece is there. And I'm like, fuck, can't get it out. Everybody in the apartment is panicking. So finally, by going forward and forcing everything I had to get it out, eventually I get most of it out. But I'm still choking. I have like fluid in my lungs, and you can hear it. So I go to the hospital, to the emergency room, and they can't help me. They don't know what's wrong. They don't know why I'm so weak. I don't have insurance, so they can't help me. They think maybe it's something neurological in my brain, in my nervous system, so they recommend me to a neurologist in Lubbock. But I don't have the money, It's about $850 out of pocket to be seen. So, I don't have it. So whenever I get sent home, and fast forward about 2 weeks, I get real weak. I haven't been eating. I haven't been drinking. Can't get out of bed. I'm sitting in this chair one night. I'm blacking out. So just from exhaustion, starvation, it was hard. It was a hard day. So I fall down out of this chair. I black out. I guess I slide down. And, I end up on the floor. I come to, and I'm like, fuck. I can't get up by myself. Can't get off the floor. I don't have the strength. So I don't want to scare my grandma. So I text my sister. I'm like, look, can't get off the ground. I need help. Come help me. So she comes. She's like, fuck that. Call her 911. So she calls the 911. They come get me. And I'm out of there. The last thing I remember was the paramedics helping me up and putting me in a gurney. So they I guess they take me to the ER, and I'm out of it. I'm coming to back and forth. I see my sister on my side there with me throughout the night. They're pumping me with an IV in my arm because I have no fluids, and they end up admitting me to the hospital, and I get sent to a better hospital in a bigger town because I'm from a small town. So they sent me to Lubbock, Texas, where I see a neurologist, and I'm there for 10 days. At first, they couldn't figure it out. What's wrong with me? They're running CAT scans, MRIs, nothing. So, they're like, okay, we're gonna run some more tests. We're gonna run a spinal tap. And, we're gonna get your spinal fluid and see what we can see. Like, we have no idea what's wrong with you, but this might narrow things down. So, they do the spinal tap, or the lumbar puncture. It's a needle about this long. They put it in your spine, in between your spine, and they draw out the fluid that's coming from your brain, from I'm not a doctor, so they get the fluid, and I'm good that day. But the next day, I have the worst back pain of my life. So, I'm out of it for like 5 days. They're pumping me full of pain meds. Morphine, Norco, which is hydro, and these muscle relaxers, which I still take to this day. And they're pumping me full of steroids, but so they get the results, and they're like, okay, there's a lot of protein in this fluid, so that's not normal. What it means is your muscles are wasting away all over your body. So we're gonna run one more test, and depending on the results, we'll have a diagnosis. So they run a test called an EMG, where they put little dots all over my arm, and they use this tool to shock my nerves. And what it does is it's testing your nerves at different points, and from this point to that point, your nerve should be the same. Well, my nerves were working good here, but down here, they were weak. And then they were getting weaker. So, I was getting nerve damage. So, my muscles were losing the ability to contract, and they were getting weak, and they were wasting, because I wasn't able to use them, and it was happening in my lungs, in my throat, in my neck, in my spine, in my arms, in my core, in my legs, everywhere. Essentially, I was going paralyzed from the neck down. And the diagnosis was a rare disease I was born with called C I D P. Can't do it, but CIDP, or this is a mouthful. Chronic inflammatory demyelinating polyneuropathy. It's a 1 in 100,000 people. That's how rare it is, and you're born with it. But they don't know what causes it or why it wakes up. And what it does is it's an autoimmune disease. And it causes your immune system to attack a covering on your nerves called myelin. Hence the demyelinating part. And it eats away at this covering on your nerves, causing your nerves to send weak signals. So that's what was happening to nerves all over my body. And I spent 10 days in the hospital. About, I want to say, 5 of those was me getting treatment. Cause luckily there is a treatment. It's called an IVIG, and it's healthy. It's healthy antibodies. They pump you full. It's a bottle about this big, and the dose I was getting, because of my size and weight, which at this point I was down to 230. I had lost 70 pounds, and I wasn't doing anything but they put me for 3 bottles a day. My dose cost 10,000 a bottle, so it's 3 bottles a day for 5 days, just to see if I would improve. And I did. I started getting better, but not very much, but it was a good sign. So they sent me home, put me on a high dose pain pills and high dose steroids. So what the steroids do was stop my immune system. And you can see here that come on, man, focus. Focus. Anyway, you can see here, I have a hard time healing because my immune system is shut down. So when it needs to be, so it won't attack my nerves. And that's my story of why I haven't done nothing ever since I got out. And then I lost my voice. So I haven't been able to record anything. And it's barely getting better. And this is 2 months after my treatment. Started really losing my voice in October. So it's been 5.5 months. But yeah guys, I just wanted to upload this video to let y'all know what's been going on and that I'm coming back. I'm not able to make new music, but I have songs I want to make music videos for. So that's the plan. And sorry if this video was kind of long, but it was a long story. And yeah, just be on the lookout. Today is actually my birthday. That's when I'm recording this. Don't know if y'all can see that, but it's the 11th, and yeah, me and my grandma, cause this is something else. Y'all don't have to worry about this, but my grandma has been supporting me throughout this whole year, cause I haven't been able to work. My disease has disabled me for life. I can still walk, not very well. It's difficult for me to get up. It takes a lot for me to stand up. And I lost a lot of weight, so, kinda skinny now. Still big, but not 370 pounds big. And but yeah, like I said before, my grandma is also disabled, so she's been using her monthly benefits to keep this roof over my head and our meals paid, and we've been struggling, so I'm waiting to hear back about my own benefits, and I'm almost out of medications, so I'm asking for help from those that have the means. If you don't worry about it. I've been drawing. Look, I draw. It's not what I learned in prison. I've been drawing my whole life. Most of you know that but I got really good. And it's been my little side hustle. I can't draw for very long. I have to lay down because my body is tired. But it's what I've been doing. So, but like I said, if you want to help, I made a GoFundMe. The link will be at the top of the description. If you want to donate, you can. I've already raised almost 300, so, people have helped, and I'm thankful. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. I got stuff coming, more videos, so be on the lookout. Yeah, if you actually watched this whole thing, thank you. I know you're a fan, and I got stuff coming, so be ready. And this is the comeback. Yeah.